Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, please.
Tathagata instructs all beings in good qualities and maintains them in good, and all beings depend on him, but he has no concept of possession because he has abandoned all wrong views of self.
That's understandable.
There is no I. There's universality. So possessiveness takes you away from that concept. You really can't own things when you're a part of it all.
Yeah, so this monk, he gave that analogy, right? He ran down to help sentient beings. So there's the Buddha, he just be here to help, not to control people. Yeah.
So removing the removal of all ignorance is the stabilization of a non-dual perspective.
Especially with the self, don't view of self.
So you've uprooted anger, hatred, jealousy, greed, delusion, desire.
Yeah. Especially this one here. He abandoned, he let go of all wrong view of self. For us, the reason why we suffer, the reason why we fight each other, because we attach to this self, whether it's physical, mental, or whichever. That's why we have problems.
Yeah, that's when they say like Buddhist ignorance, when they say ignorance is the belief that there's a separate self.
And once Buddhist Sutra
or a permanent self, or
yeah.
That's what ignorance
Yeah,
is.
no, I can, because my background is actually Christianity and Hinduism. There is certainly that concept.
It's the same,
But moksha, separating oneself to realize yourself. That's
But the stabilization of seeing from a non-dual perspective.
You say non-dual. Quickly.
But there is not.
Like us and them.
Yeah, that everything is all one. Whatever exists in your mind, there's just not a separate you thing. There's an awareness behind, obviously, this, but it's not actually separate from anything else.
Understand, it's a distortion.
But that's just, so the ignorance is the perception that there's this self that we're experiencing.
Yeah, in Buddhism, the what you call the self actually is just defined aggregate. Let me share with the screen. We discussed in the past before. So in Buddhist view, there's no real self. But for us as common people, we attach to physical self as a real self. We attach to our feeling, good, bad, good feeling, bad feeling, neutral. We attach to our perception, thinking, mental formation. That's been mental habitual pattern. Like we attach to certain things, we follow certain pattern. And the last one is consciousness. So we think one of these is our own self, but in Buddhist view, it's not the real one. That's why in this passage, the Buddha say, he said that the Buddha let go of that wrong view, so that he could attain the type of state of mind, the nine state of mind. And in Hinduism, they talk about Atma. You heard about that, right? They say that it's a permanent soul. But the Buddha dispute that there's no permanent soul at all. Because for them, for Hindu people, they do good deeds, good karma, so later on they can unite with their Atma or their Brahman. That's the ultimate goal, or the permanent soul. In Buddhist view, that's not the case. Yeah, so you need to develop your Buddha nature in the sense that that go beyond this type of five aggregates. Okay, Ben, are you ready? We want to read the next one, Ben.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, go ahead,
Let me
please.
pull it up here. My phone's kind of being slow tonight.
Oh, can you read? Can you see?
No, it's not pulling up at all. Hold on, let me see.
You can. All right.
Okay,
Hannah?
there it is.
Oh, you
Okay.
can. Okay, go ahead.
And you say that. Okay, you say that the order of the how do you say that?
Tathagata.
Tathagata could never be broken up. Yet the Buddha Datta was able to lead away 500 monks from the Blessed One. It was due to the power of the
Schematic.
charismatic that the I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Schism.
Schismatic that the schism occurred.
Thank you, Chris. Or even a mother can be disunited from her son, where there is one to make a rift. However, it was said in a special sense that the order of the Tathagata could not be broken up. It was an unheard thing that his following could be disunited by anything done or any unkind word, wrong action, or injustice whatsoever of the Tathagata himself. In that sense, his following is invenerable.
Okay, you understand that?
Thank you.
Yeah. You understand that? Ben?
I have to take some time to process it and read it again.
So background is that so here the kin eyes, the orders mean the monastic order, Buddhist monk and nun. So this monk, Devadatta, he's the monk, but somehow he split up and pull away 500 monks. Let's break the harmonies between the orders.
He wanted to be in charge or
Mhm.
next in line.
Next in line of the Buddha. But later on, the Buddha two main disciples, Shariputra and Moggallana went there and took them back. Hi, is it cold for you? Please come in. So she enjoyed.
Yeah.
Her daughter came here to join with the land
Oh,
team.
how fun.
She have fun.
They have a fun. I've watched them practice. Yeah.
Sorry. My official will come next Saturday. If you can.
Next Saturday.
This Saturday. The 15, no 16. 15 for lunch. 10:40. Please come. Okay. Bring them too. Yeah. All right. So one more time. So Devadatta, so he want to be leaders. So he split up with the order and he brought along 500 monks that follow him. But later on, the Buddha two main disciples went there and convinced them to go back to Buddha. So this conversation, so the king asked, the order, that means the monastic order of the Buddha could not be broken up. Why? Why this happened then? So what's the conversation about here?
The power of, I mean, I guess, so Devadatta had quite a number of really awful plots to oust the Buddha or get to be first in line. And these were obviously really, I guess, powerful and dastardly kind of, but his followers couldn't be broken up, even though these were very powerful plans and plots and whatever.
Let me give you some background. the monist order in Buddhism is in the horizontal setting. There's no pope in the like vertical setting, like in Catholic tradition, right? So after the Buddha passed away, he said that take my Dhamma, take my teaching as a teacher. You know, don't follow people, just take my teaching as as your teacher. And it is served as what we call Democrats setting. That's why you see that in this area we have 3 and 4 Buddhist center, Vietnamese Buddhist center, but where everyone of us function independently, but we still Buddhist, and sometimes we still support them too. We support each other, but we run independently, and we try our best to keep in harmonies. There's no Buddhist power that control everyone's life or the village. That's what I got. We can see there's many different type of Buddhist practice, Mahayana, Theravada, Zen, Vajrayana, and so forth. Every tradition geared toward enlightenment. That's it. Okay, so let's move on then.
Solving of dilemmas. Dhamma is best. It was said by the Blessed One, for it is the Dhamma of Siddha, which is best in the world. If you say that without link is gains to him, or to pay respect to a novice, even though it has no spiritual meaning. The Dhamma is indeed best, and that custom is inappropriate.
You understand that? Probably you may not understand
No.
that. You understand the background is?
I need to look over it one more time.
Is that Dharma in the Hindu sense?
No.
Okay.
Dharma in Buddhist sense is Buddha teaching. Dharma in Hindu sense is the duty, the responsibilities of everyone. For example, if you are from high class, you need to follow that Dharma or your duty, your responsibility. If you are from low class, you need to serve the people. That's called Dharma. But in Buddhist view, Dharma is Buddha teaching. That's one sense. Other sense is Dharma is everything. You understand about the stream entry?
Oh, yeah, I think it's,
Let me type for you so that we can get the understand what's meant by
Because-
stream entry.
because you're crossing the stream, right? That's
Mhm.
that's one of the real common,
Yeah,
is that
So that's
getting
here.
the enlightenment is crossing the stream.
yeah, right here. Oh no, that's not this one. Oh right, this one. Okay, here. That's what they call stream entry. That's a 4 stage. That's a 4 stage of arhanthood. Can you see?
Mhm.
Let me share the screen with them. Hannah, you follow, right? Hannah?
But that just means to pay respect to even like a novice, somebody just now taking the path, even though they haven't really attained or evolved anything. It's the fact that they're
Yeah,
taking the
I
path.
should remember this. They discuss in the conservative view, in the Theravada view.
Right.
That means no matter what happens, the lay
Monk is
people need
higher,
to
yeah.
pay respect to the Sangha of the Buddhist
Right.
community. That's their view. In the Mahayana Buddhist
It's
view
for
is
every-
different.
yeah.
Everyone is most like everyone is equal. Yeah, it's not based on the status, but based on your achievement,
Mhm.
based on your virtue. Yeah. So that's a
Yeah, there's, trust me, I very much have felt this in a very clear way.
Let me tell you a funny story. Ben and and Steven, you follow our conversation, right?
Yes, most of the time I do.
It's funny story. So there was a young novice who stayed back to watch the temple door because all the monks went out. for abuses and so forth. So the tradition that lay people brought the food to make offering to the monk. But at that time, on that date, everyone went out except that young novice. So somehow the food so delicious that he consumed. And what happened then? According to tradition, after the monk consumed the food, they need to do the blessing to give some kind of teaching. And this novice, because he just entered the order, he was not monk yet, so he could not understand. He couldn't know how to do the blessing or to give the teaching. So he's just still close his eye. He's just still after he eating because he's so frightened. And this lady, after she offered the food to this young novice, she's so sincere. She put palm together. She's so sincere to sit on the floor for a while and say that, oh wow, he spoke the non-wooden teaching, with non-wooden, non-expression teaching. So at that moment, she attend what is the first one, stream enter. And after that, she recognized, oh, he's still a young novice, but because of him, I could attend this type of state of mind. Stream enter, that means abandon the feathers, vanity view, the doubt, ritual attachment. This is about. That means the personal view, the attachment to the self, and no doubt about Buddha teaching, and there's no attachment to the ritual. That's what extreme enter is about. Basically, no attachment to the self and unshakable faith in the Buddha and the Buddha teaching. That's what the extreme enter is about. So that's a funny story. So that's why. That's in line with the Ra tradition.
Yeah, so in the, I've never seen it practiced here, so I'm thinking it's a Theravada tradition. So when they have celebrations or so all the lay people, the monks would sit down first and the lay people go around and serve the food. And then they keep serving the food until the monks say, we're finished. So it's like expected of you to continue to serve the monks until they're done, and then it's your.
So one more time, so you understand? So in Theravada tradition, conservative tradition, people more focus on the monastic order, the monk and nun. The lay people come to do the ritual activities. To serve the communities, to serve the monastic communities. That's what the conservative are about. But in my religion, there's not need that to do that. Remember I told you the story that one monk, he wanted to come here to Corden.
Oh, yeah.
And he say that he will go out to beg for food. I say, pop in.
You're not gonna get, you're gonna be hungry.
Get anything.
Unless you're good at identifying mushrooms.
Yeah.
No, but then he's picking the mushrooms. I guess he couldn't have them.
I told them that it's easy. You have the rice cooker, you plug it in the electricity, and you have it yourself. Why do you need to order people? For me, it's so simple. It's just so much ritual, and somehow that I don't like hackery order. We need to recognize the virtue of other people and the knowledge. So that's why Mahayana tradition is quite different. We treat everyone equally, no matter whether it's monk or nun or lay people. We get concerned more about the knowledge about the virtue. Yeah. Okay. So that's that background of the story. You understand now, right? So he say that whether you attend that stream enter, but when you see a novice, you need to bow down. That is conservative view. So you understand. You want to read this, please?
Something there's a reason for that custom. There are 20 personal qualities and 2 outward signs that entitle and refute his God. He rejoices in the excellent Dharma. He has the highest kind of self-control. He has good conduct because of his mode of living on alms. He is as genius. He restrains his senses. He is patient. He is gentle. He is alone. He delights in solitude. He delights in meditation. He is endowed with shame, fear of wrongdoing. He is energetic. He is earnest. He undertakes precepts. He recites the scriptures. He questions the learned about the meaning. He delights in virtue. Being homeless, he is free from worldly attachment. He fulfills the precepts, and he has the two outward signs of faith. Even then, when we are in the
That's a
past,
lot. That's a lot for you. Okay. You understand now, right? You understand the idea, right? So you understand the idea why in this conservative view, right? Why the lay people, no matter what achievement they have, they still need to pay respect to even the young monk or young novice because of this. But definitely, if they follow that, it might not easy. Not easy to follow those type of.
Well, especially as a Westerner, it does, like, I don't personally do it just because it's a Westerner, it feels really strange to me, even though I feel like I'm very respectful, but touching the, like, bowing down and touching the feet every time, it's like culturally
The culture.
something I can't get past here now. I think if I was in Asia or something where, but I feel like here for me, it's a strange, it's just a strange thing for me to adopt, even though I respect it and understand it, like it doesn't feel quite right.
No,
It's
I
it's
can-
not our culture. So
I can relate to that though, because my family being Hindu and Christian, in the beginning, was very common just to elders. You know, it doesn't have to be monks, of course, it would be monks, but you touch elders' feet and ask for blessings. And so, and you know, they're thrown off by it too, until you sort of become one of them.
Yeah.
You know, I think it takes kind of marriage. Because it's a little bit strange, as you said, to a Westerner, because it doesn't, I think both sides of the equation. Perhaps the monks are more accustomed to inviting, if you wish to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's second nature.
Like I've done it plenty of times when I'm in aid, like I've been in Asia and stuff like that. I don't feel so weird doing it there. But here, when I go spend time with Reverend Nanda, like it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right for me, even though lots of his devotees.
And Stephen, you follow our conversation?
Yes,
Right.
more for that.
Yeah. So again, yeah, definitely, people in the West is gonna be familiar with that type of tradition, and even for me too, I feel uneasy too. That's why I love my high tradition that we based on the virtue, based on the achievement, knowledge of other people, not based on the status, based on the forms. Whenever we attach to the form, we get stuck there. And that's what we go beyond that form to understand and to pay respect for everyone. And even in one of the sutra, the Mahai Buddhist Sutra, this young man, he went out to seek for teacher. Yes, he seek teacher from Buddhist monk, Buddhist nun, lay people, even the children too. So that means when we learn, we have to be open-minded, learn from everyone. Even sometimes the little boy and girl may say something, we learn from them too. Right? Nothing about the teacher. Of course, we more mature than them, but with that kind of open-minded attitude, it's easy for us to learn. Otherwise, if we put ourselves in some kind of position, we have tendency to be arrogant with other people, no matter who we are. Especially like we talk about servant leader, right? So, right, when we meet people, we have to have the mind that we serve others. When we teach a profession, right, we have the mind to teach them, to help them, not to control them. With that way, we can gain the trust from them. Otherwise, if we somehow think that I'm the best, you have to follow me, and so forth, you get stuck there. That's just the whole idea of Mahai Buddhist tradition. Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Let's see here. You understand all this kind of practice is really tough, right? You have to be in line, you have to be strength, his sense, patient, gentle. That's the qualities of the Buddhist monk, but it's not easy. Not easy to maintain. Yeah. Inside the sutra and so forth. Okay. And Stephen, can you read the next one, please? And Stephen. So please don't be surprised when you go to Thailand, Burma. You see it? Oh, you've been
I
there?
lived in Thailand.
You live there? How was that?
I loved it.
You love it? But you see how they respect the monk?
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's more, yeah, and you see variations on that even in India in terms of customs, like to your attention feet and stuff. But yes, monks are very.
Mhm. But even in Hindu tradition, when I was in India, I saw an employees touch the feet of his boss first, and after that he touched his forehead. Have you seen that in India?
Yeah, I mean, if I were to go see my in-laws, I would touch their feet,
Oh,
and they touch your head.
oh,
You're
okay.
asking for their blessings.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's a sign of respect. You would do it to elders. The elders
Yeah.
are very important. I will say, just do it if you want to, because there's some reflexivity there in the sense that if you feel uncomfortable, they sense it.
I
And
mean,
it just
I
doing it.
sit with Reverend Nanda twice a week, like he and I do have a.
If
we're
you-
very-
We know where we're at.
we know where we're at, for sure.
But you should, I mean, I had to force myself to say, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah,
So I'm going to start doing it because
yeah.
I want
Well,
to.
like
feel
I said, when
comfortable.
I'm in Asia and everybody's doing it, it's one thing, but it's like here, when I just go to study, and a lot of times it's just myself and Reverend Nanda, like it just seems strange.
I understand.
Yeah, in Asia, especially in South Asia, especially in the Buddhist country, it's this type of respect is so important. But in the West, it's different. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, okay, yeah, and Stephen, can you read the next one, please? In practice.
In the practice and development of all these things, a reclusive lives. By undertaking this training and developing the virtues of a recluse, he is progressing towards arahantship. Thus, because he sees him as in the company of the most worthy ones, the devout layman thinks it right and proper to revere the recluse, though he may be just an ordinary person. Moreover, O king, because he sees him as one who is maintaining the monastic traditions, so too does the devout layman pay respect to the recluse. If a layman attains arahantship, only two destinations await him. Either he must enter the order that very day, or else he must attain parinibbana. Immovable, O king, is the state of renunciation, glorious and most exalted, the conditions of being a member of the order of the Blessed One.
Okay. You understand? You follow, and Stephen?
That's about half for me. I didn't understand it completely yet.
You know,
Uh,
yeah, go ahead.
Basically, I think, isn't it just talking about the path of practice, I guess, which way you're going to be leaning towards. They're explaining how like the orangeship is kind of like the improper way of doing that. So that's just a general sense, I guess, of my understanding.
Yeah. So let me share with you one more time. The background of this is like in the router traditions, the lay people, the most, the highest state of mind they could attain is the third one, not the fourth one, the non-returner. The first one is stream enders, mean they enter the stream of holiness. That's because they don't attach to their own self. They have the indestructible faith with the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, and they don't have any kind of attachment to the ritual.
Is a householder Buddha only Mahayana?
What's
A
that?
householder Buddha?
No, there's no house Buddha. No, or Bodhisattva.
Okay.
Yeah, Bodhisattva. But in even in Mahai traditions, in order to become Buddha, you need to become a monk.
Where it's like, okay, it's not, but isn't it called like there's a
That's
silent
different.
Buddha
That's
or a household?
yeah,
Buddha?
that's household. What it's called? What do you call? Solitude Buddha. That's mean they attend Buddhahood by themselves. No one teach them. And after that, after they attend that Buddhahood, they done. They don't teach anyone. That's called solitude. That's different.
Okay.
But all Buddha, before they become Buddha, they have to be Buddhist monk. And the arhat, and the idea that that's just the first instrumental, right? The first state of arhatship. You enter the stream of holiness. You don't, according to the view, you will be born 7 times. That's all. After that, you attend nirvana. You done. You would not be revolved in the cycle of rebirth anymore. Once you turn, that means you cut up or lower the anger and the desire. Not cut up completely, but you reduce the anger and desire, and you have 1 time to come back as human. After that, you attend arhatship. Non-returner, that means this lifetime you cut up completely sensual desire and ill will, and you can after you pass away, you be born in one of the pure above heaven. When you go there, you attend arhatship. So in the Theravada tradition, yes, the highest level for lay people is the 3rd one, the non-returner.
So is a pure abode and a pure land
Different.
It's
That's
different.
different. Poor people still in the heaven. The pure land is different. It's different realm. That's the pure land of the Buddha.
Okay.
Yeah, the arhat here, that's mean that whenever you become Buddhist monk or nun, you could attain that highest level of the 4th type of have a level of arhatship in this lifetime. During the Buddha time, this is a lot of nun they attend this arhatship in state of mind. Even before they were prostitute, even before they were queen, or any titles background that they have, some of them attend that type of arhatship. So that's why in Buddhist view, the physical body is different, but our mentality is the same. Everyone has that ability to attend. But of course, that's the ideal one. But in here, one more time, only when you become Buddhist monk and nun, you could attend arhatship, the last stage, the highest stage of arhatship. As long as you still remain in the late life, the highest one is the 3rd one. That's all.
It's the Theravada.
That Theravada, yes.
So we're talking about recluse, and I think the word I would use is ascetic, someone who goes and lives in isolation.
Not really isolation, become a Buddhist monk and nun in the monastery.
Well,
Without
because the Buddha specifically rejects asceticism, where you like abandon the needs of the body and everything. So
Middle way, if you go middle way.
it's the middle way. So an ascetic, it would be someone that has even a deeper level of renunciation. And the Buddha says it's
right. So when you say solitude, so there are people who become monks on their own or through an order.
No, by themselves. That's what they call solitude. So that's what called the Pajaka Buddha. Solitude does mean they take off, they go to the forest, the mountain, do some kind of meditation, and they attain enlightenment by themselves. That's what they call solitude Buddha. And after they're done with their life, they don't teach anymore. They don't teach anyone. But for Buddha, it's different. After a land and attain enlightenment, he came back to teach many people. But that's different. That's different from Buddhist monk and nun, whether it's in Theravada and Mahayana. Yeah, we live in monastery or the temple. We do the practice. For the Theravada monks and nuns, they go out to beg for food every morning. That's a bit different, and they can consume meat too. But anyway, go back to here. You understand that? So that's why there's many beautiful story about the ladies, the women their background were still the background were queen, the background were princess, and so forth. But they attend partnership, and before they pass away, they left the voices to express themselves how they attend that partnership state of mind. That's what we call in Buddhism is the equal right spiritually of everyone. Realize who we are. That's what Buddha accept. King, the queen, the beggar, the poor student, and so forth. Anyone can follow the teaching, follow Buddha teaching. No exception, no discrimination. Yeah. So, but in Mahayana tradition, it's a bit more liberal in the sense as everyone can practice what we call Bodhisattva path, and there's 52 level of Bodhisattva. The highest Bodhisattva is like the compassionate one that we will celebrate on the system I told you. Yeah, that's the highest one. But every one of us can practice a Bodhisattva path. So that strong different from the Theravada. In Theravada tradition, it's still attached to the form of monks and nuns. But in Mahayana tradition, it's go beyond that. Yeah, we're monk, but we need to fulfill our responsibility and to lead other people in the humble attitude. Okay, so you understand the background now, right? Yeah, and when you talk about the asceticism, that's mean in Hindu, even in Hindu tradition, if you visit India, they still have those kind of people. They torture and they sell they torture their body, right? Because they think that the body brings a lot of suffering. According to those tradition belief, but the Buddha remind us that we need to stay away from that kind of extreme. Enjoy the luxury life, that's his life when he was born, and avoiding the extreme asceticism. Okay, so let's go back here. So you understand right now, if the lay, one more time, see that if a layman attend honorship, only two destinations await him, either he must enter order. That means that he talk about the third state of honorship. Either he enter the order, become a Buddhist monk and nun, so that he can attend honorship, or attend that for nirvana. After he passed away, he born in that pure abode heaven to attend nirvana. You understand the term nirvana?
No, explain.
The term nirvana means the everlasting peace and happiness. For us, sometimes we have some kind of peace, right? Sometimes we have some kind of calmness. It won't happen frequently because we have all kind of mental fluctuation. Sometimes we happy, sometimes we sad, and so forth and so on. But for them, the one that attend to the honorship, the one that attend nirvana, their mind is so peaceful. They have the kind of everlasting peace. Nothing can disturb them. Anyone that try to trigger the anger, they will fail. They could not. But for us, no. right.
So one time, and then what is the ultimate state?
What's that?
So Parinirvana is once.
Not one.
Or is it eternal?
The eternal can say that the everlasting peace.
So where would the fourth order monks themselves? It says none. What does that?
What do you mean? This one?
So no, the yellow, the last, someone who lives as a monk in the order.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because you escape once you attain arhatship, you escape the samsara. You
Will not be born.
You don't come back.
So the non-returner. So Parinirvana is the final state. That is the final state.
Mm-hmm.
Right. You're extinguished.
Here I used to give an analogy. Okay.
Your karma is extinguished.
So when we were young, right, there was no cell phone at all, right? But now everyone first may have one. For me, I have two because I have two places. And now let's say if one of my cell phones was broken, I have to find another one to use. So there's the body. If I done with this body, I may find another body because it's my habitual pattern. I still have some attachment to my life. Understand that? But for them, for the art, there's no more attachment. That means they're free of those cell phone, those cigarettes, those habitual pattern. That's what I'm talking about. So they free come and go anytime. It's like if someone gets stuck with gambling, right? So smoking or weed and so forth, they may end up in jail. But for us, we're free from them. So we don't even we can visit some people over there, but we're free come and go. You understand the idea now? So that's why when we have that kind of everlasting peace, nothing can disturb us. Nothing can trigger our mind. Nothing can tame us in the way. Nothing can trigger anger because for this state, so non-eternal, you don't have any more attachment. You don't have more desire. You don't have more ill will or anger. That's why you remain calm and peaceful all the time. This is a straight line, but for us, it's up and down. Our mind is up and down. Depend upon how much fluctuation our emotions are. Does it make sense? Is it clear now?
Yeah, I'm trying to determine the difference between to the rest of the folks because maybe you can help. The light orange non-returner. So at the end of their life, it says once more in
the heaven.
So they would go. You would get reborn into like a Buddha, into a realm where it's easy to attain arhatship, or you're likely to attain it, and then after that, you're extinguished. So you get extinguished in that realm.
What is extinguished?
Like you're just. I'm just saying, like that you don't come back. You've escaped. Your karmas is. There's no more karma, so you've escaped the cycle of
right here. This one here, right? For us in Buddhist view, and even in most Asian religion, is focused. I talk about the cycle of the birth, and here we have the cycle of water, cycle of air, cycle of paper. Everything is going cycle. There's no ending. There's no starting point. There's no ending point. The idea is that for the Buddhists to get out this cycle. So whoever get out the cycle, that's the Buddha. That what they call Pachika Buddha, solitude Buddha, and Bodhisattva Arhat here, and none one here. Right, and but here here's just one the above. Let's see, remember one above that that means right who attend to the church, they will go there in the form realm. I let's see here. And we find out, but this is one of the form realm. So they live up there for one lifetime after they attend arhatship, they attend nirvana. So the idea, no matter what, the idea is that person attended arhatship, that kind of nirvana, they have everlasting peace. Nothing can disturb their peace. Nothing can change their mind. Nothing can trigger the anger. Nothing can trigger their desire. Attachment, or craving.
Parinirvana and nirvana.
Yeah, the same thing.
The same thing?
Yeah, parinirvana does mean that talk about someone pass away and attain that state of mind. Yeah, but again, for us, we still have some glimpse, right? We still get some kind of calmness and peacefulness, right? But not, it won't last long, right? But for them, because of samadhi, because concentration, meditation, they remain that state of mind all the times. That's just count. Okay. All right. So so and Stephen, you follow on Stephen?
Yes, more for that.
Yeah. Is it the common idea? All right. So time is up. Let's just end today and see you next Friday. And please remember to book the date for Saturday and then. Please theo chú. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Everyone.